Hey everyone, I'm in GTA Online and here I want to talk about how to avoid griefers. So griefers are players who are trolling you or generally being mean and making your game quite unpleasant. So how do you deal with them? What can you do? There's a few different things you can do in the game, some of which are instant, some of which are not. Probably the easiest one to do is just to find a new session. So to do that, you just hit your menu button and then go over to Online tab. And then when you're in here, you'll see this option all the way down here that says find new session. What this will then do is look for a new session of players, so you should get away from that griefer who's funny enough giving you grief. So you can go for a public session, which is the one where everybody can join in and it's like everybody can attack each other if they want. Or there are a couple of other ones that may be useful. So solo session will give you a more simplified session where no one else can join this session and available activities will be limited. So you can still do a few bits in there without getting some serious grief. Another option is invite only session where only players can join you if you invite them to play in this session. So they're some without other players in that you can enjoy, but just jump to that new public session and away you go. One added bonus of that, just as you move, is I will just show you quickly. If you hold down either your touch screen on the PlayStation or the screens button on the Xbox, if you go all the way down here to your spawn location, you can pick a different spawn location here. So for example, I'm in my apartment here. If I wanted to move, when I change to my next public session to my nightclub, I could set it there, just flick off of it with your up button on your D-pad and then come out of it. And then when we join the new session, that's where I would appear. I would appear in the nightclub. So I'll do that now for you just to show you how that works. So we'll just go here. And this is about the easiest one to do. So this will take a moment to do. There's another thing you can do, which is called passive mode, which I'll show you in a moment, which is if the griefer just keeps attacking you one after the other and just seems to keep locking onto you and shoots you, you can use the passive mode, which will basically just turn you invulnerable and you can't attack players and they can't attack you, more importantly, and neither can anyone else until you start sort of jumping into the game. So that can be a good tactic just to get things a bit more relaxed. You can also have a little look at the player and see whether they've got any problems associated with their account, which I'll show you in just a second as we jump into the nightclub. So what I've done here, I've started a new public session. This will put me in a different set of players. So hopefully all is good there. So I've appeared in a very dark area of my nightclub. There we go. So we'll just move here just so we can see a bit better. And I'll talk about some other bits that you can do. So passive mode.
Let me know if I can get you something.
Oh, I thank you. Passive mode, if you press that button again, the screens button or the touchpad, if you go all the way down, you should have an option. There you go, enable passive mode. And it says passive mode prevents physical contact with other players and some free mode activities. Passive mode is disabled in weaponized vehicles. So that's just going to give you a little break from it. So that's another option you can do. Now, if the player is really annoying you, bye. I know, stop interrupting. I'm trying to do a video here. So another thing you can have a little look at is if you hit your screens button, sorry, not your screens button, your menu button, and then go along to online, and then in here, press A or the equivalent X, I think it is on the PlayStation, and have a little look at players. And what this will show you is the breakdown of the player and whether they're a clean player or their problem or whatever. You can also see their levels, so you can go down through here. So for example, this dude here, nice hat, you can see clean player, a kingpin, but really good at all of the different aspects there. So they've been playing a long time, level 192. So if they wanted to be mean to you, they're going to be able to do a lot of damage. This dude, level 921, but again, clean player. So we can see everybody here as we quickly flick through. All seems clean. Now, if you see someone who's been a real pain, a slower method, what you can do is go over to them and then options, press A, and you could opt to kick, but several people need to kick that player. Might be worth doing if someone has been a right pain in the bum, though. The other option is to report them here. Likewise, you can also commend a player here. So if you think somebody's been a really nice player, you can do that here. But bear in mind, this is going to need multiple people to kick or report them. I think it's 3 or 4 need to hit the kick for people to do that. So it's a slower method, but something that you could do rather than change session. Another couple of things you've got at your disposal basically come into play with your phone. And if you go to your contacts in your phone, there's 2 people that you can ring who can give you a bit of a hand. I think there's a couple of others, but I will just show you quickly here. We go through here. One of them is Lamar. If you ring this dude, this one is only going to work from level 50 though.
What's up with it?
So once you're at level 50, you can call a mugger, put that on a player, and then a mugger will go and attack them, which is quite a funny one. So you can do that one. But one you can do relatively quickly right from the start, I think, is if we go back to the phone, you can put a bounty on a player. And this one, I will just show you. You call Lester.
Hey, which one of my skills is required?
This one, my man. So you've got this option to set bounty. So setting bounty
Okay. Who are we hitting?
allows you to target any player you like. So we'll just
Seems
pick this
someone
dude here.
beat you to the punch. They've already got a price on their head. I guess you could go whack someone else, or go whack them. Your call.
So it looks like that one has already been a pest to someone because they've got a bounty on their head. So we could also... I wanted to show you that. Sod's law that is, isn't it? Hang on. Sorry, I'll just ring him again and find someone who hasn't got a bounty on their head.
If it isn't my creepy...
So let's go with a low ranking
How
playmaker
much you
this
paying
one.
for this?
So you can then set the bounty. The higher that you go, obviously, the more tempting that is. And what that will basically say is there's a bounty set on this player, and everyone can go and get that. And people seem to quite like this. They'll go and shoot that player, and they, in this case, they would get $9,000. But you can set it as low or as high as you want. So this is obviously going to cost you money to do this, but it's quite a nice thing if you've got plenty of money just to wipe. Keep getting that guy some grief on himself. Your other options, of course, with the griefers is to go and target them yourself and try and find them that way. But that's really it. That's the main things I've got for you. But the biggest one I think is the ability. Oh, sorry, I do have another one for you. Let me think about it. I think it's when you register as a VIP. If you've got over $50,000, you can register as a VIP. So you do that by holding your screens button or your touchpad on the PlayStation. Go to SecuraServe, register as a VIP. And then what you should have once you've done that is in here a couple of different things that can help you. So one of which is hire bodyguards. You could offer things to nearby or say looking to work or whatever, and offer the ability for people to come and help you as bodyguards. Another option is not in that one. Let me think about it. VIP abilities. There's this option here that says Ghost Organization. This will remove your organization and special cargo blips from the map, which can be quite a useful thing for you to use. You could also do things like for the same sort of thing for the cops, but that's going a bit off piece. But I just thought I'd mention that as well. And you could also grab yourself a VIP vehicle just to get yourself out of the way. Some of these special things here, if you wanted. Really, that's the main things I've got for you on how to avoid griefers. I hope that was useful to you. If it was, give us a thumbs up, please. That's much appreciated. Any comments, welcome. If you like this sort of stuff, I'm going to be adding more content on GTA Online in coming weeks. So hit that subscribe button if you'd like to be kept up to date with my latest and greatest. Thanks so much.